I am Lamarcia Lewis. Let's talk. We're going to do a very brief, short conversation. It's a little clip I'm going to play. It's about 9 seconds, and it's with South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham. It's in regards to raising the minimum wage. If you're keeping up with that topic, President Biden is trying to raise the minimum wage to $15, and you have Republicans basically kicking against the prick, kicking against it, does not want you and we the American people, to simply have a decent minimum wage. As of 2007, the minimum wage is, one second. As of 2009 to where we are now, 2021, the minimum wage for the United States of America, $7.25. $7.25. How in the world can we get many poor, not really average, but poor, below the poverty level, struggling every day, week to week, month to month, year to year, to have a decent living? If you're making $7.25, it's a freaking insult. $10 an hour in reality is better than $7.25, but at the same time, in my opinion, that's an insult as well, especially if you're a person out there with degrees and things like that. $10 an hour, $400 a week is an insult. And this is what the Republican Party, the grand old party, the conservatives, want you and I, we the American people, to continue to live our lives as we're living. Many are poor, many are below the poverty line. All of us are struggling day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year, simply just to make it, to have a roof over our heads, be able to pay our bills, have lights on, have water running, food on the table, and just pretty much a decent life. No extras, not getting, these elaborate vacation like the Texas Ted Cruz senator, who, when a crisis hit, he left his constituents and his dog in a home with no lights on, no heat. Many Texans without power can't provide heat to keep their families warm, no running water, needing food. But he and his family fled to Cancun, Mexico on a whim because his daughter asked, well, can we go somewhere warm? See, this is what the Republican Party represents. And they're supposed to be the party of conservative, the family values. They care so much. That's complete BS. It is what it is. And you got this no credibility because, he lies so much. He's done with Trump. Enough is enough. Count him out. But then the very next week, he flew to Texas with the guy. He's been, I think it was just last weekend, at Mar-a-Lago. See, I don't understand, but ignorant people, they're not for me to understand anyway. But we're going to listen to this clip.
Zero to do with COVID. The minimum wage has got nothing to do with COVID. Zero to do with COVID. It's got everything to do with their liberal wish list. The minimum wage has got nothing to do with COVID. Zero to do with COVID. It's got everything to do with their liberal wish list.
Now that's Lindsey Graham. The Republicans are refusing, putting up the big fight, do not again want to raise the minimum wage from $7.25, which had been the past 11 years, going on 12 years. At one point in time, it was $3.35. Come on, people. No one, and I might can see if you're talking about young teenagers that are getting their first jobs, say like at McDonald's or however, whatever that case may be. But as a whole, as a whole, I'm in favor of the $15 minimum. That's only $600 a week. That's only $600 a week. And we got, I believe it's 52 weeks in a year. So at $600 times 52 weeks, that's only $31,200. It's not a whole lot, but it's somewhat decent. And perhaps say if you got a household of two, say a husband and wife, if they're making both say $15 an hour, $600 a week, that would be like a $60-something thousand household, which would be pretty good. One could pay bills and still probably maybe be able to breathe a little bit, have a little bit of comfort, just that little bit of security, that little bit of something comes up, somebody gets sick or a dire emergency take place, and maybe be able to actually have savings. But see, these United States Congress men and women, they have much more better lifestyles than you and I, and we're the one that put them in Washington. They are our representation, but they only have their own interests at heart and their concern. They have the best health care. They're making their salaries are in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, not no $15 an hour, not no $7.25 an hour, not no $10 an hour, none of that. Hundreds and thousands. Plus, because of many of them have been in there so long, they have other ways of earning income or having income, whether it's speaking engagements or being maybe a spokesperson for some type of company, business, or something of that nature. But they don't want to give you and I $15 an hour, $600 a week, $31,200 a year. People, we need new representation, and that can be in both houses, Republican and Democrat, because I need somebody that's going to truly represent me, not them, not their own agenda, not bipartisan. They talk about bipartisan and all of this and unity, but you don't care about the average American. You don't care about the ones living below poverty, the poor. You just concerned about yourself, who is rich, and keeping your bank account fat. You and your rich friends and families and associates, not the poor, real people, us American people. So we have to do our job. If you have not registered to vote, whenever there is an election in your state, local level, regardless, I don't care if you're voting for your alderman, you're voting for the mayor, you're voting for the sheriff, or when it comes time to, these big ones, when we vote for our representatives, when we vote for senators, when we vote for governors, when we vote for the president, vote. Make your voices heard and make what you want done count at the ballot box. That's the only way. And as far as Black Americans, don't have the mentality your vote doesn't count. We saw in this last election, the presidential election, and these last two senator elections in the state of Georgia, Black people put Biden in the White House. Black voters flipped the state of Georgia blue twice. So don't say your vote doesn't count. Don't think you don't count. Don't think you're not important, because you are. But they want you to feel that you're beneath them, that they're inferior, and when it comes to us, Black Americans, immigrants, people of Asian descent, anyone that's not a white Caucasian, they see us as beneath them, inferior. They don't like us, but we are human beings. We matter. We make a difference, and you gotta know this. Make sure that whatever the issues are that you are concerned about, make sure that you are your own advocate, and that your voice is being heard because you make a difference. And with your vote, it can make all the difference. I want better representation because I'm not pleased with what we have. I'm not pleased that a man that incited an insurrection where 5 people lost their lives, people have taken their life since, people will have this trauma for the rest of their lives. And the fact alone that this happened in the United States of America in 2021, something that had not happened since 1814, over 200 years. Are you hearing me? And they let this man go free. He should have never been able to walk out on January the 20th. He should have been held accountable January the 6th, no later than January the 7th. And then this dude, that 45, Trump, actually has a pension that you and I are paying him for. And a travel allotment, a staff, and this dude, this vile, evil man incited a freaking insurrection and people died on his watch and his command. And you have Republicans that chose to give him a pass? I have a problem with that. I have a real big, serious problem with that. But he may have gotten away with them, the Senate, the Republicans. But woe unto each and every one, and Trump as well. You will get your due consequences because the Bible speaks. Woe unto you. You just can't do wrong and get by. It's going to either be on this side or it's going to be on that side. No wrong, unrighteous doing simply gets by. So Lindsey Graham and the Republicans, they don't want to give a $15 minimum wage. Talking about that has nothing to do with COVID. We're in a pandemic. In fact, next month, March, which will be Monday, we will be a year in this pandemic, and we've already reached 500,000 American lives lost to COVID-19. This is not going away, at least not anytime soon. And you got the people that's supposed to be our voice, our representation, don't want to give you and me, the average, the poor, the struggling, and Lord knows many below poverty, a $15 minimum wage. We need to get a lot of those old heads out, and some of the new ones too, that have that nonsense of not wanting to really help we the American people. We the American people. So there's work to be done, people. There is work to be done. But at the end of the day, I still say this. I will believe the report of the Lord. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. And God is in control. And if he be for us, and I know he is, suffer the little children to come unto me. And it's not his will for any of us to perish. But we got to do our part as well. So, it's work to be done, people. Because where we are now in this country, our current state of affairs, where we see racism is wanting to be the lead. They're wanting to continue to have that Trump mentality, and that was about hate and racism and keeping us as Black Americans, immigrants, down. Like I said, we're supposed to be beneath the inferior. We have work to do, and let's remember that we are better than what they want us to believe. I know that I am, and I need and I want you to know that you are as well. Let no one tell you that you're not important, or that you don't matter, or your concerns, the things that are so vital to you, the things that you want to advocate for. And you have to be your own advocate. You have to be your own representation. Marsha Lewis. Let's talk.